Oh, this is a good one. This is about the effect of structure. You had a lot of these problems when you get Chem 118A for organic. When you go to organic, Chem 118A, the first exam you will have, first midterm is going to be full of problems like this. So if you understand it now, you will flow at that time. So what's the answer for this and why? A. How many people say A? B, C, D, E. How many people do not know? Let me see your hands. Most people do not know. Okay, here's the general rule, right? Here's the general rule. Of course, with water will be hydraulic ion, right? Let's make things simple, right? Look at this. This is a rule that works always. When the acid will be stronger, when it's going to have a lot of minus charge here or less minus charge? We're talking about, when we say, first of all, you have to realize this, when we say strength of an acid or base, we talk about equilibrium constant. And when we talk about equilibrium constant, we talk about energies of reactant and products, accurately speaking. But it works thinking how much energy will take to pull that proton away. More energy when it has a lot of minus charge between A and H, or less minus charge between A and H? When is it going to be easier to pull it out? Less or more minus charge between? Less. It will be easier, right? Okay, now, look at this. If this thing here has groups, look, groups, that they're electronegative, they are pulling minus charge to themselves, right? Electron withdrawing groups, they're called in organic chemistry, electron withdrawing groups, right? Then the minus charge is going to be less or more? Less. And it's going to be stronger or weaker? Stronger. When you have, like, say, fluorides or chlorides or oxygens or nitrogens here, they pull electrodensity like this. So here the minus is less. Therefore, you can see it that way, even though it's not completely accurately correct, it works all the time. Because really to speak correctly, we have to talk about Gibbs energy. Something I will going to talk about after a few lectures. Gibbs energy relates to equilibrium constant. But we're not there yet. And this works okay, this way, okay? Now, realize this, that these groups, look, these groups that they are electron withdrawing, the closer to the H they are, or the more of them they are, they will withdraw electron density more. Do you agree with that? So, electronegative, more of them, or close to H, they will make the acid stronger, period. Now, for the base, it's the opposite. For the base, it's the opposite. Because the base has a low pair of electrons, Bronsted-Lowry base, look, takes a proton, right, and goes to BH plus. Do you agree with that? Now, for the base, we have groups here. And let's say it's fluorine or nitrogen, oxygen, something like that. Electron withdrawing, right? Electron withdrawing groups. The more electron withdrawing groups you have, more electronegative, closer, more of them, the base will be stronger or weaker? Stronger or weaker? I know students have a problem to understand this. So you guys think about this. Look, if you have electron withdrawing groups here, the minus charge here will be less or more? Less or more? Less. If you have less, this is going to be easier or harder to form? Harder. The more minus charge here you have, the stronger the base will be to go to the right, isn't it? The more minus. But there are electron withdrawing groups, so there is no minus charge here. If there's no minus charge there, how is it going to make the bond? You can think that way. So, in here, the more electronegative they are, the closer they are to the H, the more of them you have, the acid is stronger. Here, for the base, the more electronegative they are, the more of them you have, the closer to the B they are, the base will be weaker. You got it? That's it. Now, you know how many problems you can solve this way when you go to organic? Because this is the general picture. If you understand this, that's it. Don't you agree, Will? Are you taking organic now? 118A?
See.
See? Oh, you're done. Okay. So, by saying these things now, look at this and tell me what the answer is now. See it this way. The first one is like this. Look. Fluorine, 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 right? And then you have what? CH2. And then you have this. So you're talking about this thing goes out as an H plus, right? And you have fluorines, how many? 3 in position 1, 2, 3 carbon. 1, 2, 3. On the third carbon, you have 3 fluorines. If you compare all of this, the stronger acid will be the one that will have fluorines very electronegative. It will be the one that will have the largest number of fluorine atoms, the closest to the hydrogen. Is that right? So which one is the one that has the largest number of fluorines and the closest? What do we want? The strongest acid, right? Okay. Well, that will be the weakest, what I said, right? So to have the strongest, you don't want any electronegative groups to withdraw electrodensity because that will make it what? No, wait a minute. We better go home. The stronger acid, that means we have, as I said it before correctly, we want the strongest acids. We want electronegative groups, electron-withdrawing groups, right, to be the closest to the carboxyl group, H group, right? The closest, the most electronegative, we're just having fluorines, right? We don't have any other halogens. So we want the most of them to be the closest to the hydrogen, right? So which one is that? Okay. That's an easy one. It could be a little bit more complicated. But if you know this general picture, you really can do it. Okay? So how about this one now? 2 more and we're done. Actually, we did good. We have 5 more minutes and 6 more problems. That's it. Very nice. Most of you, unfortunately, you know what you will do? You will graduate and you will become miserable. You know why? Most of you. Very few of you will be happy what you were doing. You know why? Who will be the lucky ones? I don't know. Only God knows. Why? Because you try to satisfy your parents, because of parental influence, because of glamour, and because of the promise of high earnings. That's what you're looking for. Glamour, parental influence, and promise of high earnings. Most of you will go to get a job because of these reasons. And you will be miserable. You will become sick. Who will be the good ones, the wise ones, the strong ones, strong mind, courageous? To say, I'm going to do what I love. What is my passion? Because I'm going to live with it. It's not going to be my papa and mama that will go and work, will be me. And if it's going to be me, I better be happy. How many people are going to be strong to do that? Huh? Are you going to be? 1. Anybody else? Let me see.
Yes.
Anybody? Yeah. 2. How about the rest ones? Where is your hand? Are you going to be strong enough to do it that way? Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Where is it? Oh my God, I was right. I said most of you will not be able to make it. You see, they cannot raise their hand. They can't. They cannot raise their hand. Only 2 people from about 200 people raise their hand. Why you cannot raise your hand? Why? Because you are attached to parental influence, high earnings, and glamour. And that's not going to make you happy. Will, what do they need to do to be happy?
They need to follow their heart and do what they love.
Follow your heart, Will says. Will was my top student in Chem. How many classes did you take with me?
2.
2?
Yeah. I had few for 2B and 2C.
So you were a top where?
And 2C.
On 2C? He was my top student. The student was my award winner. He was the top student in my class. And he says, what did you say they should do?
Follow your heart and do what you love.
Did you hear it? It's so simple. You always hear it out there. Make it a practice. Make it happen. You can do it. You were born to be happy, not miserable. Do it. Be courageous to do it. How about 8? What's the answer for 8? A? How many people say A? Let me see. A, B, C, D, E. Oh yeah, you're great. How about this one? How about this one? How much? How much? What's the letter? Letter. Letter. Oh my God. Hey, you know what the teacher has a vision. Your teacher has a vision. You want? Can I share it with you? Can I share it with you? How many people want me to share my vision with you? Let me see. How many people? How about the rest? You don't care, do you? Why you don't care? Why you don't?